everybody. Welcome to the stream. Today is just going to be a hangout session. I'm going to be working on a couple things. Probably be on for about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. So if you guys want to stick around and chat and chill, by all means, be friendly. There we go. That means we got to open up some of the pages here because things are not going to come through. So screen ends just this quick. Check, check. What's up, man? Sam? What's going on, bud? Let's see. We got one on the YouTube, one on the group, and one on this. This also creates some videos up here. What's up, Sway? What's up, sir? Where's Saeed? What's up, Evie? Can't be on two ways here. We got the little one first. So. Oh, that's kind of tired. All right, so we are streaming on Twitch, we're streaming on Twitter, we're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on our personal page, we're streaming on my very large group, and we're also streaming on my Google Mods Facebook page as well. So if any of y'all want to stop in on any of those, you guys can do so, or if you want, just chill where you are. Oh, and we're also on Twitch. So, yeah, basically, I'm multi-streams for the night to see how well our Crackcast internet holds up on this. I haven't had time to really do too much this week. I've just been kind of off of printing for the time being. So we need to do some support removal, need to do some cleaning up on a model, seeing if we can fix it as well, and then yeah, basically go from there. So we're gonna do a couple different things. Now the sound is horrible. Okay. Let's see if we can try and fix it.
Check, check, check. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Security alert. That's awesome. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Way better. Thank you. All right, cool. Yeah, sorry. I I was doing a recording earlier and then I went into a live stream earlier and I guess the audio was all messed up from me because I switched it to my boom mic, which is right over my monitor here. And the problem with the boom mic is it's not loud enough. It doesn't like pick up my voice. It doesn't have a reach to it basically. So it's not very good for things like that. So yeah, we'll have to check on that and just verify for the next time we do some streaming that everything is copacetic on the audio side. All right. We did get the Oogie Boogie dice done though, so that's at least a good thing. So show off. I did not paint these, my wife did, so here's at least one of them. This is the bigger one. And then we also have one of the smaller ones. These ones were a little bit harder to paint the black on. We probably should have just did a base coat of black on there and then just kind of went around it with the red, but it came out pretty good. I'm happy. So those are good. I was trying to work on them myself, and I did a horrible job. At least I think. I mean, it's not terrible, but my hands are not steady enough for this, so they're very very blotchy. And also, I'm very much like I have to make sure that everything is covered the right way. Sort of a perfectionist, so yeah, I tend to go a little bit overboard with it. But they came out okay, and then I lost the ability to want to do them, so I I did it that way. Let's see, anything else is on here. Let's see who else is chiming in here. So we got one on Twitch. All right, cool. Apparently, Twitch is like the new platform for 3D printing people. Like, I guess it's because you could get monetized easily, but I mean, they take a lot of money for monetization. So you have the weight of one or the other. You know, do you put in the work and get monetized through YouTube and they take a little bit less, or do you take a bigger hit and just get almost instant monetization with Twitch? So I guess a lot of people are just going with the Twitch thing to try and get monetized easier. Hey, that's fine. Um, if you're just looking to make money on doing this, then by all means, that is absolutely the best way to go. Grab a piece of chocolate here to have, and then we'll start doing some stuff. Maybe I'll throw off the other camera here so you guys can see what I'm doing in a front view. Let's see. I think I can. Miss Glow, what's up? Your name does not ring a bell to me. Dang it! Now I forgot what I was doing. There we go. That we can put away. So we're not going to be using that. Let's go ahead and do a share screen on this so we can have it. And share screen on this and on this. Can't post comments to some destinations. Yes, I'm aware. All right. So basically, we gotta remove some supports on this stuff and then get it all situated. I also have to work on this a little bit more. I have to remove some more pieces on the internal here and get this all situated. This is going to be fun because I have to like cut around here and get it all taken care of because this has to seat with this internally, and right now there's a raft that I printed. So not much. I was on here a while ago. I asked what's the difference between jewelry resin and printing resin. Oh, okay. Yeah, so in terms of like the resin itself, there's no real big difference, unless you're doing casting wise. So I guess that would be the difference actually. Casting resin has a little bit more higher detail. It doesn't usually come out like shiny or anything like this. Like you see how this guy kind of glistens. Most of the time, it doesn't come out like that. It'll come out very like a matte color. But as you can see, like his whole back is like glistening right there, like almost glossy. That usually doesn't happen with jewelry casting resin. It's usually a very like matte style, and it'll basically it'll print very high detail what you need, and then you make a casting off of that. But yeah, same type of stuff as anybody else would utilize. So this project's going to be a fun one because I have to somehow mold this onto the front of the truck here, mold this onto the back of the truck, this piece right here. So that's going to be a fun project, which I do not have the steadiest of hands for. But hey, yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Give us a follow if you can. Everybody everybody helps out the stream. So if you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch or what have you, every little bit counts, I guess. I guess I need to reprint this because his buttocks did not come out very good. It's kind of flattened. I don't know why. Did you ever reprint that DBZ base? I did, and I ran out of resin. So, or I'm sorry, I ran out of resin the first time, and then the second time I hollowed it out because I didn't have enough of that resin, and it failed miserably because I didn't have the heat on it. So, yeah. So totally my fault. I forgot to put the heat directly on it because I work in a basement here, and resin does not like cold temperatures. So I do have another print, the calibration print with some new resin. So unfortunately, that base is going to have to be a different color gray. It's going to be like a darker gray like this compared to the lighter gray. So it'll be slightly different. But for the most part, that print is pretty much ready to go. So yeah, it happens. So well, you live and learn. It's fine because I was testing out a new resin anyway, so um, I'm not really concerned about what happens with it. I'm not going to be worried about losing X amount of resin for it. So here, I should probably show you guys what I'm doing. So right now, I guess I forgot to replace the settings on this, but basically I printed this flat and I forgot to bring out the raft a little bit. So the raft kind of molded to the base a little bit. So we're going to take our trusty razor blade here and basically just cut it off. It is a type of Spider-Man. This was created by a fellow TikToker. Um, and he asked me, if you ever want to share out one of my prints, let me know. So I was like, sure, let's share off some of your stuff. And I looked through his portfolio, and I was like, most of the stuff I'm just not. It's not me. And then this one stuck out because I was like, this one looks kind of cool. It's like a Venom slash Spider-Man type thing. So yeah, it's Spider-Man ish. I don't remember what the name of the file was. I have to ask him because I don't want to be like, yeah, this is Spider-Man, and I have no idea what it actually is. So we'll have to go around the edges there and smooth it out with our whatchamacallit, the guiding tool, whatever. God, I can't think today what I'm talking about. But basically, it just takes the lip off of things. So we're doing this before we wash it, before we cure it, just so we can get everything all situated right when it's done. It'll be a little bit wavy. Hey Tracy, how's it going? The front's pretty good. Looks like we dug a little too deep into the base there. Oh well, we'll just deal with that one. We gouged the base a little bit. I think I did that before. I think I did that when I removed it, because I don't remember doing that right when I was on camera here. And hopefully the audio is good now, because you guys should be coming through this camera actually. Do you know how to make a file for the printer? Like design something? I sorta know how to design basic shapes. Let's just leave it at that. I can kind of show you a program that's very simple to learn. So if you're looking to get into modeling, you can utilize it. It's called Tinkercad, and it's very, very simple. So I got into it a little bit here. I haven't really done too much in a couple months. But I just did like some basic files. So like just out of shot here, I'll pull it up. I designed this. I basically made a mount for my little wiring, and so it's got little innards and everything. So like I said, basic shapes, nothing spectacular. I designed that. I designed a holder for my automatic air gun, and yeah, that's pretty much all I did with that. Yeah, we might have to reprint this guy because I don't like his buttocks. It doesn't look very good. It's definitely layer separations. So, and that has to do with me printing just like that. So I probably should print him in a different orientation, because obviously the support setup is not working the way that it's intended. So we might have to, we might just end up scrapping this guy and reprinting him actually. It's not the end of the world. It's just a model to show off. It's not for anybody. So let's wipe this down. But yeah, give me a second and I can pull up a program here, and I can show you a little bit on Tinkercad. It's not too hard of a program, actually. Very, very simple. So I don't wipe out as much excess resin can out of this, because we're going to fill it with some wash to do a pre-wash on some of these models so we can get them cured at least. I want to make the characters in my icon. I can barely see your icon right now. Hold on. Let me see. That might require you learning one program and then moving to the next. I'll be completely honest with you, because Tinkercad is literally for beginners. Like I said, you can design basic shapes like this, nothing too like intricate. Like if you want to design something like this that has like an engine in it and everything, can you design something like this in Tinkercad? Yeah, but it's not going to turn out the way that it's intended to. You still got to do a lot of extra work. So, hey Andrew, how's it going? So yeah, I mean, we can get into that, but like I said, Tinkercad is just basic shapes. So you can obviously mold them a little bit, but it's not going to be like I said, you're not going to get details like this from Tinkercad. Like that's Fusion 360 or 3D 3D object, and that's beyond my abilities. That's one of the reasons why I got the Revel point scanner, which is just out of shot here, so I can kind of recreate some stuff if I need to, and that'll basically generate all of the mesh that I need right then and there, and I don't have to do all the prep work. I can just kind of mold it a little bit without doing a lot of work. Makes it a lot easier on myself, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm not holding my breath. Maybe I should just get someone to make it for you. Yeah, I do suggest doing that. It might be a little bit cheaper, because it's not going to be like I'm going to get it overnight. Okay, it's going to be months before you learn how to design stuff that way. So before Kieran gets on my case, where's my goggles? So yeah, this one we got to see if it actually came out and printed. This is a katana that we printed on a live stream. Let's see if it actually will work or not. Don't know if it will. We might have to try adjusting some things here and there. It feels pretty solid, but might have to actually move the keyboard out of the way. Get some prep area over here, because this has seen better days. Ugh. We'll do some prep wash. So I do a pre-wash with my resin models to get most of the resin off of it. And then I'll put it in my big wash and cure because we don't want to waste all of that wash and cure inside. Swirl it around because it's hollow. So that's done. This, that. That one's really, really cool. I can't wait to see how that one comes out. That one's going to be great. Finished up with the Darkwing Duck. I got to take the other ones off. I'll show you guys what I printed on Sonic Mini 8K. I probably did my smallest print to date. Hopefully it printed. We will see. But that's what we need to check on next once we're done with this. This all situated. I do still need to make a diffuser for my Anycubic wash and cure station. So maybe we'll end up doing that in Tinkercad, and I can show you at least a little bit around in Tinkercad. It's been a while since I've used it, so it's basically going to be back to a learning process with myself. Trying to get all these Sonic Mini 8K prints done because we need to do the review on that this weekend. Get that up and out of here. So that is our priority for this weekend. We still need to work on. We'll do the praying mantis too, just for the heck of it. What's nice about using denatured alcohol is that it goes away very quickly. So tomorrow, if I left this out, by tomorrow morning, this will be all evaporated. So that's one of the cool things about. Jeez, that guy's so small. That is a really small print. Yes, that is a print. I'm not even joking about that. Do you have any thoughts on the Under 3S1? I just got mine about a week ago and I'm very happy with it. Only issue was eccentric, not too tight. That is a common thing with Creality and their QC. I don't know why, but it just is. I personally am just not a big fan of the Creality Ender 3 series printers. The Ender 3 Max is okay, but it's still got some stuff it's lacking. My biggest concern about the S1 is the CR Touch, which is basically Creality's knockoff of the BL Touch. Creality is not known for having good. How do I want to put that? They're not known for having good auto bed leveling systems. They're not. All the ones that they have on the market currently have some sort of issue with them in some way, shape, or form. So that's my biggest concern with that printer is the fact that it has a CR touch on it and that it's just not going to get the right readings that a better auto leveling would. BL Touch style auto leveling systems like the CR Touch. The other issue with them is that they tend to go bad. The actual probe, the probe that's used, you do have to replace those over time. So that's another big downfall of that. Like, if I have an auto leveling system, why should I have to replace something like that when that's its main job? Like, then that means I got to reset my Z offset. I got to go through a bunch of stuff to get it working again if and when I need to replace it. So it's kind of counterproductive to have that, in my opinion. But again, that just might be my 2 cents on that. I know a couple other people have that same outlook on it, but a lot of people love those things. Me personally, I like the Mingda Magician X a little bit better than the Ender 3S1, but the Ender 3S1 is going to be the new staple for Creality machines, so they are going to be very much out there. They're still fairly new, so you just have to hold your breath on that, but you'll get a lot of support with them. So even if the time comes where you have to deal with a situation like that, where you have to replace something, by that time you'll probably have some support from several people and groups and whatnot. So. I think that's it for parts right now. We still have to So I just want to show this off to you guys, if I can get it into the shot. Because this is actually a resin print that I printed. And unfortunately, the base of him broke off, and I have some new ones on the printer right now, even smaller than this. So, but let me see if I can focus this properly. Oh, it's actually focusing today. Now, it's very, very hard to see this guy, so let me see if I can get him in range where you guys might be able to see him without knocking him over because of my unsteady hands. But that is a guy. Let's see if we can get him right in here. Whew, that's about as close as we're getting. That guy is teeny. Like, you can obviously see in the gloves here, like, my the lines on my hands. And of course, lighting is going to affect this now. That guy is super duper tiny. And like I said, I got a new one set up on the printer because he does have a base on him, but I supported this guy not thinking about the size that's going to be. And then when he came out, I was like, whoa, that's really, really small. We're going to have some issues with that. So sure enough, we did. So yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and try and get him off here. Whew. Nope, he didn't. He didn't print right on there. I don't think I supported him. Maybe I accidentally put auto supports on it. I'll have to double check. I don't remember doing supports for him. We'll have to try and reprint them. But there's two of them. One's even smaller than the other. One is 5mm and the other one's 7mm. And those are little tiny guys. So, very, very small. I don't know if those came out very well. Let's put these back in the USB drive, and then we'll boot it back up and see how it came out. Because I'll be honest, I didn't even look. I was busy talking to people when I sliced that file up. So let's see. DVD. So let's go ahead and remove these little supports here. Oh, dang it. No. All right. Let's go ahead and minimize that. I'll move these supports really quick. This was the last piece of one of these guys. And there we go. Just removed all the supports, just like that. Boom. There's our little support tower. Light support, so we can make it super quick and easy to remove. And yeah, I gotta figure out, because I think it cut off his base, so we'll have to double check on that and see. So let's go ahead and move this into here. Slice image import is complete. We'll wait for that to get up. And that's pretty much it for right now. Oh, you know what? I got one more print. I got to. That's right. The camera out of the way. Test print. Make sure we're doing our right exposure times and everything on the printer itself. Getting everything situated correctly. We're going to have to use that scraper. What's up, buddy? How's it going, brother? I was showing off one of my prints. I'll have to try and manually focus it again, but yeah, it's a little tiny print. So, how would the sensors wear out if not used that much? Well, even if so, they break. They tend to break. So, even if you didn't use it every single time, they tend to break. It's a wear item. They're not meant to probe beds, really. Which sounds kind of dumb, but that's true. They're not meant for that. So, all right. So we have our exposure calibration test. We had our previous one with the last stuff. So this one's garbage. We got to clean that one off and verify that it's the correct exposure, and basically go from there. So let's go ahead and fill this up with some more denatured alcohol. Yes, I know it says simple green, but it's used denatured alcohol. So I do a pre-rinse, and then I'll actually wash it in the wash and cure that's right here. Okay. So there's that, and then let's go ahead and wash this off and see how our print looks. I think we look pretty good already, but I don't even have to dry this. What's up, Amanda? How's it going? Shake that around for a little bit. Get it all situated. And we'll put these guys in here just in case, because these are really, really small. Might have to fish these out somehow. Because it's going to be fun trying to find these little guys when I get them out. There's two. What's my third one? I got one at 5 millimeters. 5 millimeter. That is insane. It's crazy, man. Pour that back in. And then we'll let that stuff sit for a little. Oh, that looks spot on. I think we're good. We're ready to rock and roll on that. Let's see if we can do a manual focus here. I'd say that looks perfect. So we have all the little lines on the bottom, or the dots, I mean. So there should be 2, 4, 6, 8 little dots. everything's not blending into each other, and that print is perfect. So that's a good exposure time for that resin that we put inside that printer, so we can go ahead and start printing with it, and then we can finish up the base for this. God, I'm trying to think. The base for the DBZ Shogun. Finish up this guy, the Shogun Goku. So in essence, all they are is an end stop sensor. Those aren't replaced that often. Yeah, but the thing is it probes down, so it goes back and forth. And the problem is it goes down and pushes on the bed and then pushes up. So sometimes they end up just breaking in half. It happens all the time, especially with the BL Touch. So much so that a lot of places include a replacement sensor, the replacement probe with the BL Touches now. So, so you get that a lot. Now, again, it's not going to, I'm not saying that it's going to happen right now. It's not going to happen 2 months down the line, 6 months down the line, whatever. It's just, it will happen. So just be mindful of that. All right, so let's close this down and let's go and look at these models and see what happened with them. So these are very, very small models, so I'm not sure why they're floating in air. It's possible that they just didn't print very well. So we might have to try and reprint them. Maybe I'll just print like a bunch of them on here and then and then go and use it again. So we'll go ahead and open it up. You guys can, you'll be able to see what the print is. So I'm going to go into Darkwing Duck and I'm going to do that. And so we'll print a whole plate of these guys. Screw it. Could have also been the orientation that they were at too. Nope, that's not it. Flatten by face. Let's do that. Let's go to move. We're going to put on plate, center, and we're going to go and check. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to copy a couple of these guys, and then we're going to scale them down and copy them. One, two, three, four, five of them. Okay, that's good enough. And then we're going to go ahead and copy another. We're going to scale that one down to 5 millimeters. And we'll be good. Okay. Or I'm sorry, we don't want to do that. We want to scale the Z down to 5. Reset. There we go. And then we're going to do 5 of those. Two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put these on slow settings, so this will probably be like an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe. 40 minutes. So I'm fine with that. We can go ahead and do that. So we'll replace that with DVD mini. Yes, and yes. Okay. So now that that is all complete, we don't have any supports on them. We shouldn't need any supports. It looks like you came out pretty good. Yeah, for some reason his base did not come out. And I don't know why. All right, so let's go ahead and take this out, and we'll set this guy up. All right, should be good to rock and roll. Do some of that rock and roll music. Any old time. All right, BL Touch probes are plastic, which wears more quickly. They once had metal probes. Why did they go to plastic? Because they wanted to save money. Yeah. So two things. It saves them money. Secondly, it also gains them more money because, well, when things break, people just replace them, and it's not easily to be found replacement BL the actual probes. At least not that I'm aware of. Maybe nowadays they are, but back then when I had a BL Touch, I had a metal one. They were not easy to find. Now I will say that the metal is a lot better, but the whole mechanism that drops it down still makes it break. It breaks at the back of it. So while it's not a fully metal probe like the old BL Touches used to be. At least that's what I'm aware of. I could be wrong though, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of BL Touch anyways, or CR Touch. Another reason why is they are slow. You literally have to enhance the fast mode on the firmware. So like you basically have to put custom firmware on there to enable fast probing because they are just ungodly slow. Whereas like my Viper and my Mingda Magician X, which is pretty much the same exact machine as the S1, just slightly better because it doesn't have a probe. It's got a different type of uh, auto leveling system, and I just I like that a little bit better. But then again, that could just be the hatred for the Ender 3 line coming out in me. So I don't know. I'm a little biased against them because of my terrible history of when I had a print farm that I used to run of them. So. Now we can go ahead mix this in. Make sure this is all mixed up here. All right. And yes, the heater is on now, so we can go ahead and print this without any issues. We'll just have to use a different slicer on this one. I really need to get like a protector for my mouse, like I have for my keyboard. All right, so we're going to have to exit out of here, and then we'll have to, I need to see what file that was first off. GK1. Dang it. 4.5 to 35 seconds. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and boot up our uniformation slicer. Give that a quick second to get loaded here. All right. This is going to be a little slow here. I'm going to find DBZ Shogun Cloud Hollow. So, now the other thing is I don't think I can cut. That was the issue I was having. So I need to put this into Sheet2Box actually. Cut it and then reprint it. So let's put it back in the Sheet2Box, cut it up, and then we'll go from there. Open Sesame. DBZ Shogun. No, there's not damaged models, but we're going to take out these two things. So let's go to cut. Oops. Cut that. We're going to actually partition face. Okay. I gotta remember how I did this. Why is this not working? What's up, Carl? How's it going, bud? Why? Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. I forgot to set it up. Partition face. Oops, that's not what I want. Okay, so now we're good. Now we can save this. Save as. It's just the cloud. Okay, then we can open this back up. Well, I'm doing pretty good. Just setting up a print really quick here to try and finish this Shogun print. And then we'll be on our merry way. So I just need to put it up on an angle. With clear resin, what's the best process for cleanup? I used it yesterday and it went cloudy, went under the UV. So that's going to happen. There's really there's no way to go directly from the print bed to wash to cure to clear. There's not. There's always going to be some sort of post processing that has to happen, unfortunately. Whether you sand the print down and use a polisher, or you use like what I did is I dipped this back into the clear resin and then I cured it again, but I had to cure it in water because it's so hard to cure that resin by itself. So I have 3 enders, an original 3, a 3 Max, and a new S1. Very happy with them all. Sorry you have had so many issues that made you have these feelings, but I don't fault anyone for having an opinion. Yeah, so I try and leave that on the table. I just don't suggest people to get the Ender 3 just because Creality is known to have really shoddy um, quality control lately, like for a while now. And so I just don't want people to get stuck in that. So I just always say, just avoid them if you can. Um, there are better machines out there for the same price, if not cheaper. And the only downside to going to a different machine is the fact that the Creality brand, that's exactly what it is it's a brand and they are very good at marketing that. So that's why it's such a huge thing out there on the market because they made a name for themselves. And the issue with that is everybody sees that name, knows that everybody and their brother has those printers. But I can tell you from experience, I have a group. I don't know if you know it, 3D Printing for Noobs on Facebook, and we're actually streaming on it right now. That group, we have about 73,000 members now in the last 3 years. I created that group specifically because there wasn't much help at the time with the under 3 groups, and the ones that were there were very toxic. So I created my own group to help people getting into 3D printing. And I will tell you, probably at least 20 people a week have issues with an Ender 3 right out of the box. I have an Ender 3 right here. I had issues right out of the box. The power supply didn't work. It wasn't hooked up properly in the power supply itself. And this is an Ender 3 Pro. Um, and then the frame was all out of whack as well. So I had to literally tear the entire machine down and rebuild it from scratch in order for it to work. So yeah, that was fun. But I mean, it is kind of working. It's not an Ender 3 anymore. It's far from it. It's actually got a chocolate extruder on it. Um, and I haven't really done too much printing on that because we've just had issues with the actual extruder itself. So, um, but I need to get back to that and get some stuff going. So, all right. So we might have to add some supports to this. Apply changes. Cool, I'll try that. Yeah, so there's a couple things that I'm gonna try out with clear prints in the next month, hopefully, if time persists on it. But yeah, one of the things that I wanted to try was oh Jesus. Somebody suggested James Rook, James Weeks. No, James Rook. He said, no, I'm sorry, not James Rook. God, I forgot who even suggested it, but some guy from the UK that his name escapes my mind. I can talk today. He suggested baby oil, which I have right here. So I'm gonna try that and see how it goes. But I'm not holding my breath. There doesn't seem to be like a miracle thing that I can just spray something on there and call it a day. I've even tried using UV polish or UV sprays and a gloss coat to remedy that situation, and nothing seems to work. Yeah, exactly. And that's when he told me that I was like, that's random. That's the first time I've ever heard of it. But he's like, yeah, it works. He's like, somebody told me that, and I didn't think it was going to. And he's like, I was just as amazed as what you're thinking. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll grab a thing of baby oil. I'm sure I can use it for something else. Don't go dirty. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not the end of the world. So, do you wash it in baby oil? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I have to ask him. Oh yeah, we're getting rid of those. Oh my goodness. No bueno. That's no bueno. That's not gonna be fun taking that stuff out. Yeah, we're not gonna deal with that. We go inside. Why you're not letting me inside? Put me inside here. Manual editing. I must be lucky in what I received as a product. Any issues in building or setup have been mine, but that was my learning curve. That's good, and that seems to be the consensus of everything. Is that it seems to be just like luck of the draw, and apparently I just have terrible luck with Ender 3. So I had so much bad luck with them that I got rid of all the Ender 3s and I replaced them with a printer called a G-Tech A10, and they were far superior for what they provided because it had a glass bed, it had a filament runout sensor. This was back when I had an actual large print farm of them. So um, how can I see? No, that's not what I want to see. I want to be able to see through the layers. Oh no, I deleted the whole thing. All right. Well, I guess we're doing supports in G2Box. So we'll just set it up in G2Box and call it a day. So yeah, I would guess you wash it in baby oil. I don't know. I'll have to set up another print on that and see how it goes and report back to everybody because, like I said, that was just kind of like, what? You serious? Type thing. So. Uh, I'll keep an eye out for your baby oil review. Hey, you never know. I could be a magic hit on the internet because of that. This is so strange. Okay, so let's do frozen supports. Probably going a little overkill here, but whatever. Better be safe than sorry. Screw it. Alright, so now we need to delete the internals, because I'm sure there is some. These aren't terrible. I guess I can kind of live with those. What are all the white dots? I am not a resin guru. In fact, being that resin has so much post-processing, I won't be getting into it. Well, here's the thing, okay? So resin is about, I don't know, maybe 4 times faster than FDM printing. So something of this size, let's see what size this is even. So this is 116 millimeters. So this, yeah, so this is about 116 millimeters. It's hollow, and it's probably going to take maybe 3 hours to print, if that. And I'm going to get all the details I need out of it without having any issues. So be a new number on TikTok. 3D baby oil. Yeah. So the white dots are basically all the specs where the supports are going to be. Now I have it set up to where it bridges the supports to make it stronger. So that's basically all those white dots are where you see these points right here. So these are white dots. And even though it looks like it's going into the model, most of the time it's not. So it'll be all right. But that's all the white dots you see are like the tips of the support structures. But this, I'm going to go ahead and save my project, or I'm going to save it as, and then I'm going to do Hollow 1S for supports, and it'll save the supports as is, and I can go and slice this. Because the problem is with the printer this is going on, it does not support Shitu Box. So here it is all set up, so I can do all my work in Shitu Box, which I normally do anyway. Because the supports in here, they just weren't working very well for me, even though those supports never ever fail. I really don't like to stray away from them, but in this case, we'll take a roll of the dice and see. But all the little details are going to come out perfect here, like all these little divots. These little divots right here on the foot imprint,
that's going to line up and fit perfectly with this model. There is not going to be any overlays, any gaps, or anything like that. I don't have to tune the machine, nothing. I just hit print and go. As long as my exposure times are good, everything's going to be good from there. So we're going to delete that, and we're going to delete supports. So we don't need anything lifting it up. Have you tried Lychee Slicers since it was updated? I have not tried the new one. I do have Lychee here. And yes, that is the correct name to use for it. Just like the fruit in Japan, lychee. I have confirmed it. So there is an update. Okay, so we're going to update and restart. So last time I updated was 3.6, and that was because they added something important. I think it was the Sonic Mega 8K to the to Lychee. I do have the Pro. I don't really use it because I'm just kind of grandfathered into Shitu Box, so I'm just used to it. I'm not saying like it's a bad slice or anything like that. One of the cool things I like is the resin profile. But what they should do is add a warning in there stating that the resin profile should not be used automatically. They should be tuned or calibrated to your printer, because let's say you and I have the same printer. We both have a Creality Hallett 1. And even if you lived right down the block, I got mine 2 days before yours and I started printing. That will affect that machine entirely. So while my bottle of resin can print at 1.2 exposure time and you have the exact same resin, yours might be able to print at 1.0 for best results. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, and you can probably get away with using my settings. But when it comes to like larger prints like this, and then you see things starting to fail, that's what happens is people see it and like, oh, well, you know, this item was only half the size and it printed, and now I'm trying to print a full-size one and it keeps failing. I don't understand. Everything worked fine. Well, that's exactly what's happening is the supports and everything in the model are becoming heavier. So the need for having a correct exposure time. So I can basically print half of this with the wrong exposure and it'll probably print okay. But if I were to print this full or a solid as a solid instead of a hollow object, oh, I'm probably going to have a bad day. And I'm going to be trying to figure out why is it not working for me. So now I will say that Lychee has some really nice support settings on their profiles. Because one of the guys that I support, Dark Gods, he has some amazing supports on his prints. So it looks like they updated the EPAX E6, the Sonic Mini 4K, the Nova 3D Whale 2, which I'm currently testing out, the Hallett Sky, which unfortunately mine does not work because mine is an alpha unit. I had mine way before everybody else, and because mine's an alpha unit, it's got way different internals than what was actually produced. So my printer's slightly different, at least in terms of the board. The V2 board is what's in the new Hallett Sky. I have the V1, and it's not able to be upgraded with the firmware. So, and then the Frozen Sonic Mega 8K, which is nice that they have that. So they added that in, and I'm sure there's some other stuff. Would you like to recover like? Sure, why not? Let's just see what I was working on the last time I was using this. I don't even remember. Oh, yes. Is this the piano? I think so. Yep. This was something that somebody sent me for Christmas, and they're like, hey, I need this as a red piano. I think it was part of a set for a Charlie Brown thing that they wanted me to take a look at, and I said, sure, why not? So, but I do have the Pro version. Again, I don't really utilize it as much, so it's kind of a waste for me to have the Pro version, but just in case anybody needs any help, I can help with that. So like here's the Sonic Mega 8K. I can probably upload my profiles on here unless they're on here already. But we'll have to see. It's a pretty extreme profile, so I highly doubt it'll be on here. At 69 years of age, I'm not wanting to learn something new. FDM is so much like my job I retired from. CNC machinist. Yep, so it's easy to transition. Yeah, so for you, it would be super simple to do stuff on that because they're pretty much identical. They're three-dimensional access. You know, you have the probing system. They're all same. So with that, it'd just be best to stick to what you know. What is going on? Yeah, resin printing, in my opinion, is a lot easier to deal with in terms of what you need, because there's three things you need for resin printing. First one is the proper exposure calibration. That's basically what we just did with this this print. In fact, now that I just did that, I should probably verify that I had the right settings on here, because I just willy-nilly'd it, and as I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so we're good. So it utilizes the same setup. Anyway, um, so what was I getting at? So there's three basic things with resin printing that I always tell people. Proper exposure settings. Again, a lot of people take, you know, Excel documents and things that like, oh, well, my friend printed this resin at this exposure time. That might not always be the case. Like I said, every single resin printer is different. Every single area is different. So like for me, if I print at 4.5 seconds, somebody in the Rocky Mountains or below sea level might have a way different setup on that. Oh, there we go. Just making sure it's running. So that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that you do have to tune your exposure settings. You can't just run it willy-nilly. So there's that. And then number two would be print orientation. So like something like this, you know, you can print it flat, sure. But the thing is when you print it flat, there's something that's called flat footing that'll happen, or elephant foot, and that'll happen with that. So you can still do that, but then you also lose like the inscription on that because the burn-in layers will destroy that inscription automatically. So that'll happen with that. And then the third thing for resin printing is support settings. A lot of people don't understand. They just kind of use automatic supports, which that does get you by for most of the time. But there's a lot of times where auto support settings only do so much for you. And unless you know how to tweak them a little bit, you're just going to be stuck with the stock support settings, and it's just going to be a bad day. So if you tune them a little bit, you might have a little bit better time. But I always suggest if you're going to use automatic supports, you're probably going to end up having to use added supports on top of that, because you're most likely going to come out with a failed print on resin if you use automatic supports. So unless you tune them, which very rare do people do, because they just want to hit click and print and go. So what's up, Matt? What's up, Ray? What's up, Jerry? How's it going, guys? So, but yeah, resin is much easier to utilize and print with over FDM, in my opinion. And then to top it all off, the other plus side to it is on resin printing, I can go and grab a bottle of nylon or elastic, and all I have to do is just tune the exposure settings. That's it. I don't have to deal with retractions. I don't have to deal with enclosures, bad fumes. I mean, some of the stuff is smelly, so you might have to deal with that. But all I have is just like a tower fan with a carbon filter on it, and it works fine. So, oh, you're just waking up over there? Yeah, I'm probably going to be on for about another hour or so, maybe, give or take. I need to be off by 3 at least. So, and I might not even make it to that. I might be off in a half hour because I'm getting kind of tired right now. But yeah, I mean that's the easy things about resin printing that I like over FDM. Where like FDM, if you have an issue like clogged nozzle, it can literally be a long laundry list of things that went wrong, and you don't know until you literally check every single one, because they can all be the issue. So that's one of my biggest problems with FDM printing nowadays, is just the fact that when something does go wrong, it's usually you got to take it, set it aside, and put some work into it. And I'm okay doing that. It's just the fact that I don't have the time to do it nowadays. So that's why I do have an FDM printer. It's an Anycubic Viper, and it's probably the best printer that I've ever owned. That's closest to my Prusa MK2 I used to have. That was probably the best out of box printer I've ever had. And it was used, and it had been sitting in a CNC shop actually for about 2.5 years before I got it. Just sitting there collecting dust. Hadn't been printing in 2.5 years, and still had the filament attached to it. Still had some old filament in the extruder, or the hot ends. So yeah, it was kind of a mess when I got it, but I cleaned it up, and it worked perfectly right after I cleaned it. So very little work that needed to be done to that printer, and it kept on printing. And I really shouldn't have sold it, but I just didn't have a need for an FDM printer at the time, because I was transitioning over from FDM printing to resin printing, and that's basically what you see now. I have 13 or 14 resin printers out here, with at least 2 or 3 still in a box, waiting to get tested out. So, what did I have to make? So I have a bunch of prints that I printed out. I have the guy from 9. It's an animated movie. It's really cool. It's he's kind of like a Stitch doll type thing. I have Goku Samurai, or Shogun Goku. So I have that print. It's a multi-part print. I have the Darkwing Duck print set up, and then I also have a diorama of Spirited Away, and I think that's it for right now. I got to clean up this one still, but I got to do some stuff with it. I'll deal with that sometime tomorrow. So, yeah, you're right about FDM and resin. Yeah, so but the other trade-off to resin is, like they said, it's very messy.
So the post-processing, like I have to have this entire space set up, which is probably about, I don't know, 3.5 feet of workspace to just utilize all of these printers. And that's actually just probably utilizing, maybe 6 of those printers at a time. So the other ones, I have to wait until I'm done doing all of the washing and then the curing and everything. But another cool thing about resin is that you don't have to have any glue or anything to put resin prints together. You could actually have a UV flashlight, use the resin that you used to print the model with, and then just take a little paintbrush, paint it across, take the UV light, and it literally bonds it together. So that's really cool about that as well over FDM. Whereas FDM, you kind of need like a nice glue to make sure that they bond properly. Like 3D gloop would be the closest to like a resin bonding process because it bonds to itself. But yeah, there's just a lot of upsides to resin over FDM, but there are also a lot of downsides too, like like I said, the mess, the washing, and then the curing. So even though that print may take a quarter of the time to do on resin than it would FDM, when it all comes and done, said and done, when you're washing and curing it and everything, you probably save yourself about an hour depending on the print. Now, obviously, when I go big with this printer, um, if I make face masks or something like this took, I want to say like 3 days to make. Now this is on slow settings, so that's also one of the reasons why it's super slow. You can probably finish this in maybe a day and a half on quicker tuned settings, but just stock slow settings that I have, that took about 3 days to print, give or take. And with a resin printer, I can probably have that done in less than 11 hours. So, and the quality of it will be pretty much ready to go right off the build plate. Just remove the supports and do a light sanding if needed, even, and that's it. But like, I don't even have it anymore. I sold it, but I used to have the Loki mask from The Mask, the movie, and that was a cool print. And that only took like 7.5 hours to print, and it was sized to my face, so it was a nice fast print. But then again, I was also using my speed settings on that, so it was slightly tuned. On stock settings, it's terribly slow. I don't suggest using that printer on stock settings. The same with this one. I don't suggest using it. So like, even though we put that on stock settings and I said it was about 40 minutes, it looks like it's going to take about 50 minutes, it says. So I don't know why it says it's at 90%. That's kind of strange to me. Unless it's been printing. Has it been printing that long already? Maybe I'm reading that wrong. No, it's been printing. So yeah, it's about 5 minutes off of the stock settings. But if I put my speed settings on there, I could probably have that done in less than 20 minutes. So again, you got to weigh your options. But a lot of people just don't want to deal with the resin. The smell is a lot of things for people, because for me, smell is not an issue. For my family, it's not an issue. Pets, nothing like that. But again, we do have a filtration system in here. It does not vent out; it vents here, but it's a really nice ventilation system that I utilize. And I think at the time that was like a $600 or $700 ventilation system, or a tower fan, and I got it for like 200 because the people who were selling it were moving and they didn't need it anymore, so they just wanted to get rid of it. So But that's pretty much it, guys. Don't really have anything else for you, but I think I'm gonna tip out here in a little bit because I'm starting to get pretty tired, and I'm gonna start just blabbering on about nonsense. So invite, all right, but I'm just letting you know I'm probably only gonna be on for about another 15 minutes, okay? So, but I'll invite you guys. What's that? What's that? Mr. Chum, and there you go, sir. I gave you the link. Well, it's open for you guys. Like I said, I'm at the very latest. I'll be up till 3 o'clock, which is about another 40 minutes or so. But I'm done with what I needed to do. I wanted to try and get this up and ready, but I think I'll do that tomorrow. I don't have the energy to do it. It's been a long day. So what's up, What's up, Sway? How's it going, man? But like I said, since some of you guys are here, I'll show you the smallest print I've ever done on a printer. I showed it off a little bit earlier, but we'll put it back on the screen here. I need to presets. Yeah, okay. Let's go to camera. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the smallest thing that I printed so far. If I could find where he went, because he's so tiny. Yeah, that's a print. That is a guy. That is a print. Hold on. Let me autofocus this a little bit so we can get it. I think I showed you guys this last stream of who it is. But basically it's Darkwing Duck. Oh, I lost him. Let's see if we can get him. Pull out my tweezers. Hold on, sir. I'll get you in a sec. What's up, Mr. German?
Hey, yeah, how are you?
Good. Just showing off my smallest print to date.
Wow, Darkwing Duck. Wow, that's small.
Yeah, he's teeny.
Took you like 4 hours to print, huh?
Yep. Yeah, and I broke his base off of him when I was removing the supports, but
Yeah, it's so delicate when they're so small.
yeah. So I got an army of them printing right now on the Sonic Mini 8K, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that thing is ridiculously small.
All right.
Yeah, that's what she said. Let's see. I did one yesterday under 10 millimeters. I keep losing it. Yeah, that one is at 6.21, I think. And then on the build plate right now, I have a couple of those printed, and then I also have ones that I sized down to 5 millimeter. So we'll see. We'll see how much of them came out. I think I lost. Oh no, I didn't lose any of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like we got all of them. All right, let's go ahead and share this again. Camera. Yeah, that is really small. Obviously, you won't be able to see them very well because they're still got resin all over them, but there they are. Little tiny 5 mils and 6.5 mil.
Wow.
So, but they're printed. I'm going to have to possibly get a macro lens to view those guys because they are small. Oh, you
Need
guys
one of
didn't even see
those.
that. What is that?
That's the microscope camera.
You know what? I used to have one, and I don't.
It's like £10 or $15 US.
I do have one. Hold on. Where is it? Ah, right here.
Ah, same one.
Yep.
I
I
think I
haven't
told
used
you
it in a
about it.
while, but the what?
I think I told you about that one.
I've had this well before I met you guys.
Really?
I've had that for probably about 2.5 years.
That's about right. That's when I got it. I
Yeah.
started getting
So
into
maybe
present.
I don't know. That was back when I did retro gaming systems. I bought that. I also had. I don't know if I still got it. I used to have a scope camera as well, but I think I got rid of that because it stopped working on me. So, 5 millimeter. Wow, I wouldn't find it on the build plate if I did that. Yeah, that is insanely small on there. So, let me share. Did I show you guys that? Hold on. Let me show you the screen really quick. Let's go camera. You have to manually focus this. Army of Darkwing Ducks miniatures, super minis.
Wow.
So yeah, really, really, really small, insanely small.
I got myself OBS going now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see it picture in picture?
Yeah, I do see that.
I have another camera. Hold on, I can hook up.
See, and I got to figure out how to do that, like how you guys set up OBS within StreamYards.
I can show you if you want.
Yeah, I got to figure that out because I see people do that all the time, and I'm like, oh, that'd be nice to have. So, yeah, 5 millimeters is really, really small. Like 5 millimeters is smaller than screws on that build plate.
Well, let me change my scene for a second.
OBS doesn't work for me at all. You're using it wrong.
Here you go. Picture, picture, picture.
Ah, there we go. See, that's nice. That would be nice to have because I'd have like this camera over here that I used to use, and then I'd have this camera up front here to have it on there. So, because OBS only or StreamYards only allows you to have one camera on there at a time. You
Yeah,
can't.
unless you switch over cameras.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do anything like that.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, I'll show you how to use OBS.
Yeah, I'll have to get with you tomorrow on that because my brain is fried tonight to try and learn
Alright.
anything new. So
I mean,
I'm
it's a thing.
surprised I'm even awake right now.
Yeah, I know, me too. I actually
Yeah,
been sleeping longer today, and I
ah,
missed a few shows overnight. And it's just, I didn't feel like going to the shows, and I'm like, oh, I'm too tired. Let's just rest, and it's done me a little bit good. So I probably had like 4 or 5 hours sleep.
Yeah.
And that's long for
Yeah,
me.
that's fine.
I was cuddling up on the sofa with my dogs. That kept me warm. Uh,
Uh, wait, what? Hold on. What did you say? Yeah, and I think I'm getting one of those Creality CR scans. I could be wrong. Somebody's sending me something from China, and I have no idea who it is or what it is. So I just got a notification from DHL saying, "Hey, you got a package coming probably sometime next week." So I don't know who or what it is. But Carl says hi.
hey, Carl.
Carl.
8:20. Yeah, I'm working right now stuff for Loyal Moses.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah.
Oh, you got the scanner yesterday, so maybe it is because I did reach out to them about a week and a half ago. I want to say, and I was just like, hey, I see everybody's got the new CR scan. If you guys want to send me one, I can test it out and put it up against the Rebel point. And they're like, sure, why not? It's like, all right, cool,
Nice.
great. But
I
that's all
want
I heard.
what's it called? One of those scanners. A friend of mine bought one.
They're nice to have, but they do serve just their own specific purpose.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, just gonna take I'm not gonna take this model and I'm gonna scan it. It'll come out perfectly to what it is. You still got to do a little bit of prep work on it. It's not going to be
Yeah,
100%.
but things like this to copy, like a Coke
Right.
can,
Yeah.
that's easier. Anything
Simple
flexible,
shapes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Flexi Rexy.
Rex. Yeah.
225%. I think this was. This was printed on a G-Tech A10 back in the day.
Wow.
Printed this for my son a long time ago. I'm surprised it's still in one piece with my daughter around. She killed my dragon the other day. She ripped its head off. Or no, that was this morning. Sorry. Uh, yeah, that's fun. Oh, shoot.
You heard anything of James?
I haven't seen James or talked to him in a while. I haven't really been on or around much this week. It's just been I've been busy with a lot of stuff at work and doing some changing with that, and I've had I just been more focused on that this week than anything. So that's why I needed to come down here and finally finish up these prints, get that thing finally printed, get these prints all set up, ready to go, take pictures of them, and send them off to the customers because they've been sitting here for a while, especially this one that's just out
Uh,
of shot. That Jeeper Creepers truck, I gotta get that situated this weekend, by the end of this weekend.
see, with
So
OBS, I could do this too.
yeah, who was that?
And
It was on Jerry's stream earlier. I think it was.
Kieran,
Oh, who?
Kieran,
Yeah, Kieran. Yep. Yeah, he did that when he was like, "I'll be back," and he put a "I'll be back" thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of nice to have that." Like, I'd be, see, like I'd love to have something like that. Like, I want to try and set up a camera on here so I can move it and take video of it if I need to, so people see it printing. Even though it's not as fancy as like FDM printing, I still want people to see it. So,
yeah. Ah, cool.
but eh.
Just let me know.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it probably tomorrow or the next day and get with you and get it all situated. Because, like I said, right now my brain is fried with learning stuff.
Took me around about a day to get around it, to
Yeah,
figure out how it works. The thing is, you can put video clips in it, like you can create scenes, right? And
yeah,
each scene you put your cameras in, and then also you can create scenes where I'll be right back, or
yeah. I can do things
stream
like that.
starting soon, or an
Like here,
entrance video, you can do
yeah,
it
like
too.
I can do that on here. Like this one right here is my entrance video. And so I can
That's
do
nice.
things like that. So, but I have to like manually add the clips in and everything. I have to like set it all up in here. But it's not like that dual camera thing or even triple camera. Like I have probably 4 cameras set up on the wall here to look at various things. So it would be cool to have them all running at the same time. My computer can definitely do it. So
Yeah. You have two computers there, or just one?
no, just the one. I mean, technically yes. I have my laptop upstairs. I have my wife's 2 laptops that she got when her mother passed away. And those aren't like they're not cheap laptops. They're probably like $5,000 laptops when they were new. So like she's one of those people where she's a brand specific person, so she loves HP and she always goes out and buys the newest model for like every 2 or 3 years. I think it's 3 years. She upgrades every 3 years to the newest model, and she has to get the one with literally every single thing on it. So,
Wow.
so my wife has a brand new laptop that's probably just as good as my computer here. So,
Wow.
yeah. And
That's
then I
one
bought
model.
her a pretty nice laptop as well before. So, all right, I sent Ray the link, so he might pop in here.
My
Um,
laptops are maybe when I bought them, they were used.
yep.
I bought them for like £90, around about 120 US dollars, and I
Okay.
upgraded them to 1 terabyte SSD hard drive.
Nice.
Then upgraded to 16 gigabyte memory, and then I upgraded. What else I upgraded? So that's it. And 2.4 gigahertz dual core processor I have in it. So
Gotcha.
it's just enough.
Yeah.
But I can see I couldn't run OBS and run Cura at the same time, or all of my programs all on one laptop. It would be bad. So
Yeah.
I split the program, my work computer and my streaming computer.
Yep. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. So
And then if one breaks, I have three of the same laptops. So if one breaks, I always have one as a backup.
yeah. What's up, Ray?
Good
Hey,
morning. Yeah, good,
good
good.
morning. You look different today.
What'd you say, man?
You look different today. Must be the camera angle, maybe.
Yeah, I have changed the room.
I
All
was gonna
right.
say, did you put in some shelves? Like I don't remember those being there last time.
Yes, I have advised your advice.
There you
I have
go.
put the things in the air, a little bit higher.
Gives you a lot more room, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
Now I have a little bit more room for to make the printers up. I'm now with the laser from Combo.
Yep.
I have put here the SR, the halo of the focus, with no main board and the halo light,
Yep.
and on the floor the Ender 6.
Nice. Yeah, I saw the other day they just announced their the new Hellet series printers. I think it's the Hellet One or Hellet One Pro or
It's a
something like that.
copy of the Hellot one.
Yeah, it's basically a smaller version of the Hellet Light. That's all it is.
Yeah. I think the Halot Light was a test product.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause they did say something about that where like they didn't really market it at all. They didn't really care. It was just kind of something to throw out there.
Yes,
So,
it's like the same as the Ender 7. Also, not marketing at all.
yep, yep.
That is
Oh,
why I not buy the Ender 7.
GTech just made commercials for the Mitsa.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot lately.
Past week they're like popping that out like crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like a pretty good printer. It looks like just all the other printers that are on the market right now.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
there's
it
just
might be
one
slightly better.
manufacturer making everything.
I think it might be slightly better than the Focus, just because of the hot end part, because the hot end part on the Focus is really delicate. So I mean, I love the Focus. Don't get me wrong, but when I started unscrewing the nozzle, I broke my hot end off, and I was not really impressed with that. So I
Yeah,
had to use basically like a tool to hold it, and then a tool to unscrew it, so it
yeah.
doesn't twist while I twist the nozzle. And I mean, also now that the Focus getting cheaper in price, I mean, I can pick up a Focus now for 160 pounds, I think, 180 pounds, something like
That's
that.
pretty good.
So,
Also, a lot of problems on Focus. Eh?
huh? Pardon me?
There's also a lot of problems with the last Focuses.
For me, it's only two issues: the hot end and the bed leveling.
So, Dora sent me a Focus from a Dutch guy in the Netherlands. He
Yeah.
wanted to ship it back to China, but that was expensive. And Dora has me calling out, can you hold the printer out there and look what is wrong? Okay, I have let him send the printer to me, and I've looked inside. It was a little bit scary.
Scam?
Somebody
I
was messing
hope,
with something they
I
shouldn't have been.
hope when I get problem on my printer, oh, then the whole house is gone. He had a big fire on the main board.
Oh,
Ooh.
jeez.
I have. I can you send this week the photos of the main board? The main board is gone.
Yeah.
I have, the Focus is there with no main board.
So would
I'm
you say
gonna.
it can't focus on printing?
He cannot focus on printing anymore.
Hey, Kieran.
My
Ah, Kieran, we were just talking about you.
Yeah, your ears must been burning, huh?
Yep.
Carl, the new Mita or the new G-Tech doesn't have a direct drive. It has a Bluetooth
Yeah,
drive.
no, it doesn't. I see
So,
they have two different models though. They have like a Mizar S, and then a Mizar.
oh yeah.
So they're slightly different in each other. The Mizar S is literally the BQ B1 printer. That's
I think
exactly
that
what
one
that is.
com- I think that one comes with auto bed leveling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's auto leveling. It comes with a dual geared extruder,
Oh,
anti
nice.
backlash, and dual Z. So that's definitely a
Uh,
nicer printer, but it's expensive, like $470.
oh,
It's
that's
kind
a
of
big one too. I think it's 300 by 300 by 400.
oh, that's right. It is. It is a bigger one. 255, 255, 260. So it is
do you
slightly
have
bigger.
see on Facebook the bigger Q5 from VLSN?
Yep,
It wasn't
I've been
big,
seeing
boy.
that as well. What did you miss? Nothing. No accidents tonight, I swear.
No. No giveaways.
No giveaways, that's me.
No, I was showing off my my smallest print to date here on the Sonic Mini 8K. I'll show you really quick here, Kieran.
Try the Banshee, man. Try the Banshee.
They got to be taken off the build plate and cleaned up, but they're ready to rock and
in
roll.
better days.
Is it washable?
Oh, my beds are always gonna look like that, always.
Yeah, mine look like that.
Yeah.
Man, is
What?
it washable, Resident?
Yeah, I can wash it off right now.
Okay. This month comes the book of records to me.
The what?
The Janus book of records this month. It comes to me
The
for
Genesis
this little guy.
Oh, Jesus.
0.2 millimeter Banshee.
You have to put it in like a little glass
That's
dome so you
small.
don't lose it.
That's really small. This month comes the book of records to me for to put it in the book.
Thanks, Kieran.
How
Thanks.
small it is?
0.2
2 millimeters.
meters.
So the smallest one on that build plate is 5 millimeters. So that's really small.
Try it out. It's come from the Halot Light.
Yeah. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, I know they can do it, but Jesus. 5 millimeters is really
It's your
small.
setting.
It's hard to handle that. So
It's your Pulsar setting from the
Yeah.
8K. I have the setting from this size use what you sent me.
Yep.
There I'm looking in program what you have fill in. And that put it on the Banshee.
There you go.
And it's the first little thing of the life. And 2 weeks ago, Matt, I was on television.
Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations.
That was also a lucky something.
I saw somebody making fish gear, like angle, for angling,
Oh, yeah.
fishing.
Yeah. That's a big thing a lot of people ask about, especially with like the resin, because you can print flexible material right off the build
Yeah.
plate. So all you have to do is just somehow, make it to where a hook can go in it, and there you go. Like it's ready to rock and roll.
And what was the answer, Matt, about the lizard to test it?
The what?
Do you have an email yet from the lizard for testing? The 3D scanner?
So I reached out to them and I asked them to send me one, and they said yes. And I didn't hear anything back for a couple days, and then I got a DHL shipment notification that something will be shipped to me on Wednesday, but I don't know who it's from. Nobody sent me anything. It just a notification popped up on my phone saying, "Hey, guess what? DHL is delivering a package." And it tells me who it's from, but it's not Creality. So it could be from another subsidiary from Creality. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm not going to hold my
I
breath.
tell you,
Yeah.
it's not directly from Creality.
Yeah. I
know,
know it's not a Creality product.
I know. I had a letter coming in from customs saying that I owe them £70.
What?
And yeah, because of the Prusa mini kit, what I got from Loy Moses.
Wow.
So I have to pay £70 on top, and I have the machine already, so
Right.
I just need to pay it now. And I just didn't have the £70 2 weeks ago when the letter came.
You can send it to the people who sent it. I do it all the time with Creality. and let's
Really?
pay it.
Yeah, they tried getting me with the it wasn't it was the Creality LD002H. They sent that to me and I got a notification. I've never gotten one. I got a notification from UPS stating that I owed them like $100 for shipping for the printer, and I was like, "What is this?" And so I messaged them, and they're like, "Oh, we'll take care of it." And then they came back and they're like, "Oh, can you take care of it and do all this?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, you guys take care of that. Like, you guys sent me the machine and you put in the wrong weights. That's why I got
Yeah,
charged for that because I've never gotten um, like a VAT charge or anything like that ever, except for that one printer. So
you can, Matt German. You can also call the DHL. It's
Yeah,
German,
but
yeah,
Lol
and you
Moses
can
sent it
tell
off.
it that the shipper must pay it, not you, only
yeah,
the shipper.
All right.
Then goes the email to him,
Yeah,
him
but
to send.
nah. I mean, he was very nice. I mean, I know originally won a Focus, and that was my second Focus what I won. And I asked Loyal Moses, "Oh, can I trade it for Prusa?" And he was thinking there for a few seconds, and then he said, "Yeah, sure, fine." And yeah, and he sent it off, and he said to me also, "Yeah, but you're gonna get the Prusa kit, not the fully assembled one,
right.
and you might have to pay import fees." He said, and I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice
Normally
enough
when
to change it from a Focus to a Prusa.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between those two machines.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
A
Persia
Prusa,
and the rest of the world, yeah, it's different.
and a Prusa, I mean, 60 quid or 70 quid for a Prusa is not bad. So I still have to
And
assemble it, but my girlfriend says she can assemble it in a matter of 6 hours.
Okay, you
So,
better bet that.
yeah, I said to her, we're gonna have a live stream, and she's gonna put it together here on the floor. Maybe I don't know sure yet. I have to set up a few more cameras, and
I
that will
like
be
the
interesting.
Pharaoh printers.
She's
I have seen
she's
it by
very
chance. I
talented.
like it.
She's very talented with putting stuff together. I mean, she fixed the toilet. She put like this cabinet together and a lot of things what she put together. And she said, "Yeah, I didn't have a man for a long time in my life, so I had to do it myself."
Hey, there you go.
I'm like, "I love you." She's already trained. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but
She's watching. Well, and
See
that
what
was the
you.
last time we saw man.
yeah. Now you see the big Spartan coming out, and like, ding, and bury me in the backyard.
But what do you think of when you get the camera from the lizard? What you
Yes.
think? Is it a good camera or not? What's your
Well,
opinion now?
like from me right now, like what I would think of it. It looks pretty good. It looks like a
It's
solid camera.
it's a really solid camera. Yes, that's also only I think two three problems. When you lost the USB, then you have a big problem with calibration of your camera.
Awesome.
That is problem one. Just don't lose the USB.
Well, I always copy my USB drives whenever I get them because of Creality.
Yes.
What was it? The Ender Max 3. That's ever since that printer, I've always taken stuff off of the SD cards or USB drives because as soon as I took out the SD card of the Ender 3 Max and put it into the computer, put on my file, put it back into the printer, it erased everything off of it. And I'm like, Yeah, I'm never having that happen again.
Okay, only the second problem, you cannot too much compare with the Pop 1 or the Pop 2 of the scanner one from Creality.
Okay.
What is it's a little bit different with this one. No
I've seen this.
points. The Pop 1 you can scan color directly.
Yep.
Here must you be in kit for it and a good camera
Yeah.
about upstairs.
Yep. Yep.
That's the price when it comes to 300, 400 bucks after the Kickstarter. I hope then this is really good buy for hobbyists.
Yeah. It'll definitely give Rebel Point a run for its money, from what I hear.
But I think for companies, no. There are a lot other companies make 3D printing for or scanning for big companies. What better works?
Yes.
Now for hobbyists, yeah, it's a nice gifting to the home.
Yep.
You must not think I can scan a big car. That's gonna not doing. You can, but you must put a big hard drive in your PC.
Why? How much space does it take when you scan a car?
My scan profiles, what I scan with
Hmm.
the laser lizard, is one big 500 gig on information to scan the product.
Wow, that's a lot
That
of
is
space.
why I have asked Reality how you gonna solve this with the mobile. When he says you can connect the camera to your mobile.
You can or can't.
Yeah, they make a program for the lizard that you can scan with your mobile.
Good.
You can connect, but it's a problem. Uh, there's no way that has a mobile 1.5 terabyte on hard drive in it.
Whoa. Nope.
There's where you put all the pictures on. There must be a cloud program for that.
There
Yeah,
probably is.
Yeah,
but
and
nobody likes using the cloud
it comes
program.
to
Yep.
the cloud app.
Yeah, because Creality's new thing is going. They basically are trying to be the Apple of 3D printers. They
Yeah,
want everything cloud based.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I see that's going to be a big problem because people's going to fight it, and it's also privacy issue and a few other issues. What I see,
yeah, they're
and
like if you look on their program right now, their cloud program, there's so many stolen models that are on there for free that are paid models, and you can't really do anything about it because it's their program. It's under China law, so you can't even battle them because they'll just throw it out. They don't care.
I have it with one shoot of me.
Yep.
I'm
yeah, this
really
is how
pissed
you
off.
get what's it called, industrial espionage
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, but when we go for after that, you must know it costs a lot of money for us to ban that all that people.
Hmm.
When I know it's here in Netherlands, when I know it's selling in the Netherlands, that is easy job for me to attack that. And what Matt say, China is an open. You must see China is an open source land.
Yep.
Everything is for free there. What you build, what you make, you give it to the people there.
Yep.
Dus I make a camera, and my neighbor can make it for free. That is the idealism of China.
Exactly.
I wait for the resident of Focus is not still livable in the Europe.
No.
A little
I'm
bit
waiting.
shame.
Did you try the Focus Resin yet?
I have not. I'm still trying to get through all my other resins that I've had, for a month or so. So I'm finally getting through most of them, and I'll probably end up getting to that probably sometime next month.
Bummer.
So, but yeah, I just don't have time to do it, and I just like I said, I got to get all these other ones done before that. So
I still have 4.5 resin bottles left. I'm
Yep.
saving my resin bottles right now. It's not Focus, it's from any cubic, but
gotcha.
and I still
I
didn't
must
get
be wait
my.
for the
Sorry,
Guinness Book of Records. Then I can print with Halot again.
I'm
There you go.
going also for Guinness Book of World Record, but for the biggest print, whatever printed with a 3D printer.
Oh, the
Really?
everyone guy is busy on that with
Yeah,
a
Kieran,
bigger T-Rex.
bigger T-Rex. Oh no,
Yeah.
we're building a nurse.
Yeah, I seen last week on Facebook is a man of Guinness Book of Records. He made the biggest print on FDM printer, and it was a big T-Rex, a really big T-Rex.
Oh wow.
A skeleton or
He did it why the museum in country and cannot pay some big T-Rex for the bones.
wow?
I hope
Yeah.
this week comes the Guinness Book of Records. I'm really nervous about it.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, I think.
There you go. Let me show you something, Twincy. How you? I always have trouble pronouncing your name, Twincy.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Ray.
always have to read it twice.
Are like a ray of sunshine.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
nice.
Yeah, this one has actually a 2-point layer height. I mean 0.2 layer height, and it's for Loyal Moses show. But
Nice.
You must
for,
me learn that. It's nice for my logo. I
just
must.
send me your logo. I can make you an STL file for you to print if you want.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, but not every print comes out
But
perfect,
it's a little bit out of the hands here with the 3D printing.
Oh. Like this one here, I have is also I designed this one as in black and white, but there's a
Nice.
big layer shift on top,
And you
right
do
there.
that all on the focus?
No. That was done on the T-Tech.
Oh.
The focus is right now out of action because of the hot
Can
end.
I put a big tree mainboard in the focus?
I'm not
Hey, you
sure.
can put
E3?
anything you want in those printers.
I must the file have for the G codes from Melon to put the big tree mainboard in it. I have yesterday one get to home from Big Tree. So mini E3.
Yeah,
I want to put it in the focus.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't. I
why
don't
not?
see why you couldn't. Just be
Only
like,
Focus is open source.
only my problem is a program from the G code from Marlin. I cannot. That's the big problem of me. That programming.
Huh? I lost you now, Kieran. What do you mean? I'm going on says Matt 2. Huh. So I'm Matt 2, that's Matt 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still designing my own model for my emblem, I wanted to say. My
Go
logo I need
skiing,
to
man.
do. I need to do a logo for myself, and I'm been stuck on that for like a month now, and I don't know what to do. If anybody
So
comes ideas with a logo, maybe I should hold up a logo competition so people design one for me, and I maybe give them
Yeah.
£50 voucher for Amazon or something.
So with that, the other flip side you can do, try out Fiverr.
Fiverr.
Fiverr is an easy website. You give them something and they can create a design for you. And it'll only be like 10, 20 bucks at the most.
Where did you get yours from?
Yeah.
The Akuma mods you got
Yep.
from there? Wow, that
Well,
looks
the
nice.
the Akuma mods I took from something else, but that video that I just showed you earlier, that's from Fiverr.
Nice.
Oh,
That looks
can
very
you send the
professional.
link in the private chat?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
please.
was a $12 video. Here, I'll show you guys it right now. This one. And that's it.
I have made a picture for my logo. I put it in OBS and I slide it down and to have recorded.
There you go.
Maar it's nice to be make what you have is really nice.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of beef up the YouTube channel this year, and so I was like, I can probably design something for me, but I just don't have the time to sit down and do that anymore.
That is also me. When I go sit down, I know it's gonna be a project of a month or two.
Yeah. And I just
That
didn't
is
have
also
time to
my
do it.
problem.
So
But I have now. I've gone a little bit in problem with you with printing stuff to test filament and so. It's
yeah.
yeah. Now I have 3 days with building my room again. I have a nice buy on a shop here in the Netherlands. It's an to the hand shop from the yeah, I know I must say it's you can buy products there what the people have giveaway to the shop. I have buy an HD scan for 14 euros
Oh, nice.
with a camera in.
All right. Here in private chat, I sent you guys the link to the one that I did for the video. I don't know if he does like actual logos, but if you already have your logo, he can create an intro for you. So
Oh, 9 euros. He asked 9 euros.
yeah.
Nice.
So and I think
I gonna ask him.
so he made me an intro and an outro for it was like 35 bucks with a tip.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't
That's
too
not
bad.
bad. That is not the money to try itself.
Yeah. Yeah,
When
so
I
I was
know
like,
when I go make it, it wanna be a crap movie.
yep.
I
Yeah.
can only uh, knipping and plugging, I say always in the Netherlands. How was the storm in German,
Yeah.
Matt?
The the storm
Yep.
here in the UK was big. I
Yeah,
mean,
here also too.
I had twice power failure, and twice I was in front of the printer. Just go, come on, come on, go, come on, power back on.
We have only
It ruined my picture. One of my pictures it ruined because I had a big brown line in between. Even
Oh no.
though that's a problem with lithophane making, they have to be done in one continuous go. If you stop,
Yep.
you're gonna have a line in it. And even so, I figured out that you once the printer stops and the lithophane is still on, what you do is you to minimize the line, you have to run the hot end for like a minute or two with the filament coming out, and then you start it up. You have to
So
let the filament run through first.
another thing, just thinking, you talking about that right now, I wonder if this will work. If you have the ability to adjust the Z height at that level, whatever it's at, can you squish it down a little bit more? But you also have the risk of destroying the entire thing. So
Yeah, no, I tried that already. I tried by basically I stopped the print on purpose, and then I restarted after like half a day, and I had a big fat line in it,
gotcha.
and it was basically this much missing from the head.
Oh no.
So when I squished it down, because the problem is you have to calculate it. I mean, you can't really calculate it to put it on the perfect level where it stopped.
Yep.
So the only chances is one continuous loop. I
I
did do
cannot wait
some.
of the new Veil sun printer.
You go. That's what I've been printing on resin.
What is that?
You've seen one of those before,
Oh
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
were an FDM. So,
Nice.
and there's only one hole in there instead of two holes, and it was a pain to get the water out in the IPA, and I was literally like going like this constantly just to
You
get.
can. It's not
Yeah.
better when you print that in two halves,
No, not in the lithophane.
and then you can sell it again with the resident.
Mm.
Do you think
If I,
that?
no, it does not work. You can't split up lithophanes.
Yes, you
It's
can.
doesn't.
You can all your prints. Can you split out?
Yeah, you can split them, but the thing is, do you get a line? Do you get a perfect
Yes.
picture? That's the problem with lithophanes. I mean,
Uh,
you must be
can you? I make all my prints.
Yeah.
Also the prints of the Iron Man, the banana,
Yeah, banana root banana. Hold on, let
and
me.
I slide it with Autodesk Mesh,
Yeah.
and I click it on Autodesk Mesh in the setting that it not be a line in it. This it comes together as normally. What I have learned from Matt is when you slide on a resident printer, you can put a little bit resident on it and you put it together and solid, and you can see it nothing anymore.
Yep. Yeah, like that print, those apples, you can print them face and
Well,
face and
yeah,
split it and print them like that, and there you go. And then you can
Yeah.
seal the edging around it.
Made a whole. Made like 29 of them or 30. I put them all on one resin print, and it's gonna be for a friend of mine. I'm gonna print a little bit more of them once I have a little bit more spare resin. Then it's like a competition. It's gonna be a fair, a book fair, and she has to sell the whole bag, £1 each. And if she makes it, I'm gonna donate half of the money what she made out of the bag. So,
Nice.
so on top, let's say she makes 30, and then I put 15 quid more on top. If
Yep.
she makes it, but she have to sell the whole bag. I told her, and all the money goes to charity. So, yeah, I'm maybe.
what I always do, Matt German,
Yeah.
all the leftovers of my resonant bottles, I throw it never away. I put it on my parts of the FDM. When I go paint it, when I put there resident on and I leave it in the light, then you have not to paint
Those airlines.
the gray on it to shed it out. Now is it smooth and nice. You can paint it directly on it.
Right.
Nice. No prime coat, no primer. You talking about?
Yeah, you don't need to with resin. I mean, you can if you want, but it's not needed.
Because I think the primer takes off a little bit of the detail.
Yeah.
What's his Liam? He says he likes when he resin prints. He always likes to prime his resin. So yeah. I do want to get another printer, but I don't know where to put it. Especially here. My room literally is smaller than my room what I had before, and I still have like 4 more printers
The
what I
second
have to
pen,
get in here.
the second printer what you have, is that a Sunlu?
No, I only have GTEx. I have Focus. I have what's it called? Homo Odysseus. Don't buy that one. This one is so terrible. The Homo Odysseus. Oh man.
Okay. Want Sunlu have asked me to try the new Sunlu printer the next
All
2
right.
months.
Yeah, that S9 Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's better than the Sunlu S8 Plus.
I'm not holding my breath.
We can try. They're gonna
Yeah.
send it, and I'm gonna wait of the new FR Razor. It's also coming out.
Why do you think James have it? You?
What you
Why
say,
do you
man?
think James? No, I'm reading comments. Why do you think James have it? Gave.
Why do you think James Habit?
I lost him. I don't know what he's
What?
talking about. You have one? James
That
has
boy is.
one?
Oh, I think he's talking about the Prometheus or whatever you were talking about.
Oh yeah, gave it to me. Yeah. He
Yeah.
gave it to me the Homo Odysseus, but even so, it's a crap. I was sitting there for a week just to get it going, and I wanted to do a lithophane, and as soon as I started doing the lithophanes, I had drops, so I adjusted my uh, how much filament gets fed in, and even that problem, uh, I had more problems from under extrusion. It does under extrusion or over extrusion. It doesn't do in the middle, the printer, and it's very rough, and you can't do fine details with that printer. Maybe a cube or something like this is fine, but anything else, if you want lithophanes, no, not on a Homo Odysseus. I tried it for a week and I lost my mind on it. And literally, I was sitting there from the morning till in the late evening, 16 hours one day. I sit in front of the printer and just constantly running back and forth to the computer and putting new G codes and adjusting the belt and even adjusting the belt some more. And oh,
Yeah, but that is 3D printing, Matt.
yeah, I know. But a printer, once it's assembled, it should work to a certain condition, not constantly do failures.
Yeah.
And the longer what I have, this one is very nice, mosquito hot end on it, and that one prints very nice. But I have to replace the feeding mechanism or the motherboard. I need to replace on that machine. One of the two. So
Yeah,
I have to get a Homo Odysseus.
the FL Sun, the razor is print really nice on stock. I'm gonna not change that. A lot of people say to me, go to Clipper, go to that. I think when the printers print good for you, then not
why?
change it.
Don't change
Why?
it.
I
No.
have with my
When it
Ender
works,
6,
don't fix it.
I put there the Heats 2 extruder on it. I put there Clipper on it. All that extra stuff. I cannot see with my eyes what's the difference with the print of my oldest Ender framework or the newest Clipper framework. It's the
Yep.
same.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Only
trying
what
to get a.
Only what clippers do is the measuring better than the main board. Little bit for flowers. That is only different. You have a lot of things to get in it. Okay, the resume, pause resume of clipper works better than the Corellity's pause you fill out. That is the difference. Now the rest, I think, when the print is printed fine out of the box, why you gonna change it?
Yeah, exactly. All my G-Techs, all my printers are basically stock printers. And the only thing what I modified is the bed with a glass bed, and I put for the cable secured it a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it, the white thing on top of the hot end. But there, this is
Yep.
what I replaced.
Focus is nog stock. You can see the FL
My
Sun
focus.
is stock. I have only changed the Ender 3 of the Ender 6 with the clipper one.
Yeah, I want to
When
get
you
an FL
go
Sun.
make reviews of printers, you must a printer be built off for your videos. Dus I must choose one of the printers, and I think the Ender 6 was a good printer for build a lot of stuff around it. I have last 2 weeks ago, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Cool Masters have sent me a message from Instagram.
Who is it?
Cool Masters.
Oh, yeah.
You know the Cool Master from the printer cooling fans?
Yes.
They have sent
Yeah.
me a question.
Oh, nice.
I have sent first an email to him.
Yep.
I want to try Cool Master products to try it on the 3D printers, on the
There
big
you go.
cooling parts.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
say, no, it's not possible. I say, yes, it's possible. I have sent a picture of the H2 extruder with thing, and they like it. They have sent me a package to try it out.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we're gonna.
Yeah, James might be watching. Hey, James, if you're there,
Try it out.
say hello.
And I think, Matt, I'm gonna try it on the Pharaon.
Nice.
Water cooling.
With
That looks real nice.
I have searched. This one is connectable to on the Raspberry, or yeah, on the big three main boards, Octoprint.
Oh,
Octo.
wow.
Yeah, it's full compatible with that. It's the same G code but used. Dus I'm gonna try that. Put on the new Pharaon what I go.
Oh, congratulations on your win. You won a couple days ago, didn't you?
What you say, Matt?
You won a couple days ago a giveaway, didn't you? On Creality, was it, I think?
Yeah, it was a CL Touch. I don't know why I every time so lucky with that stuff.
I know. You're more lucky than me.
I think I do also a lot for quality, almost a lot.
Yeah.
When I see what I do for the quality scanner, yeah, it's a lot. And
Yeah.
Matt, the other Matt knows what I do for quality, a lot
Yep.
of things.
Yeah, I
Now
know
I'm
the
waiting
reality.
for. They sent me also the new Smart Pro. What is coming? Dus I'm waiting for that. Maar that's
Yeah,
coming.
well,
Quality likes people what's not to push case over the printer again. What's normally you buy an Ender 3 for upgrade to
Yeah.
upgrade. When you buy an Ender 3 for not upgrade, that is cheapest printer what you can print it. That is the thing. And I have with another guy make a new part for the H2 extruder for on the Ender 6. It will print really nice on it. But what do you think, Matt? Farron, 1 meter by 1 meter.
For an FDM,
Yeah, Farron printer, eh? Farron.
oh, it's a pretty big
that's
machine.
that's pretty big.
It's really big, eh? I'm gonna make that. I have let the design to a mate for me. He make the design of that. We're gonna put all the print parts what Farron on the site has.
Right.
We can use it for it.
Nice.
Only the printer comes 1 by 1 meter.
Right.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
That was my, that is now my first printer what I go to build. I think
Yeah.
that is a nice project of the Farron.
Yep.
I like the modeling of it, the print bed, how it's handled, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Those things are supposed to be ridiculously fast.
yeah.
So,
Because
What
I
I
think
will do on a big lithophane? Do a 1 meter by 1 meter lithophane? Well, that will take you months to print probably.
this is why also I make a little bit room in the thing, and I go to the attic. I put there the Farron.
All right. Think that will be warm enough or cold in the winter time?
I'm
Cold
now
enough?
we are now looking for all the parts, the belts and that thing. I find a company on AliExpress. Yes,
yep.
on
Good enough.
AliExpress. He gonna
Yeah.
send me the belts for that. He gonna make it and he gonna send it. Want it was not the measuring of the belt was not to selling, and he gonna give it to us to try it out to make that. Just
Yep.
then I had not expected from AliExpress companies. Normally he says you're gonna pay it and pay it.
Right.
And normally is when I say it on an AliExpress company we want to review is always no.
Yep.
And we put then I
Bless
think
you.
6 or 5 inch motors on it. It must really big,
Wow.
but I
Yeah.
know when you the standard motors trying out is 1 by meter, you can put that not up. It's
Gonna have a Z drop?
what you
You
say?
have to have this 1 meter by 1 meter, it's a Z drop, right?
It's the same size as the V1 or V2 from Farron, but then bigger.
Yep.
No, I mean it's not a bat slinger, right?
No.
No,
Okay. Because that would be pretty big for bat slinger. I don't
Yeah. No.
think bat slinger
That's way.
anything above 40 or 50 centimeters or 500 mil is not good for it because it can't handle the weight and you constantly have layer shift. That's what I hear from other people who tried belts on big printers. So
Yeah, the belt
I mean,
was
there's a guy here, Brent Denkers. He's BD3D Customs. He builds like 1200 millimeter machines, like
Wow.
1200 by 1200 by 1200, like ridiculous machines like that.
You have also seen the pictures of the Chen on FBV on Facebook, Mr. Chang of Jack, Mr. Jack. Yeah, this man he works also for a big company in China, and what you see, really big resident printers,
Yeah.
huge of resident. He makes big statues, everything.
Let's see if he's got any of these available.
Yeah, that's one.
4 grand they want? Oh, 6 grand. Whoa.
Let's
hope
see what size is this. I don't know
That's
what
too
it
rich
is.
for my blood.
that's really easy build.
Yeah, these are on
And
a
the
next
five
level
build
type printing.
is like an MD5 build.
Yes. Uh,
What he asking for a VL Sun?
FL Sun 239.
Yeah.
So and then this is his bed slinger, which I have in the back here. I need to put together.
Linear rail. Nice.
Yeah.
And is that a good printer or is that a printer what you say it comes not anymore back?
No, this is a good printer. This is all custom built and everything, like the best of the best parts. So,
All right, guys, I'm gonna head off. Gonna get some breakfast now and have to go out with the dogs.
yep. I was
But
just
have
gonna
a
say
nice.
I'm gonna head out here too because
Yeah, me
it's
too.
3:30.
I gonna
So.
breakfast with the wife.
Bye, everyone.
Okay,
Nice.
good
All right,
day
guys.
everybody.
Have a good one.
Have a nice
Thanks
day.
for stopping in.
Yo.